Hello, everyone. Well, we've had a couple of days here in the Megxit-verse. Meghan and Harry are at the all-time lowest popularity rating ever in the United Kingdom. So I'm going to ask the cards about that. Are they even bothered? Do they care? We're going to ask that. And then we're going to go into the Beckham debacle that's just happened. We've had Nicola and Brooklyn Beckham attending a soiree at Megsys Olive Garden mansion with some Hollywood creatives. Now, it was originally billed, there was a puff piece out yesterday. It was originally billed as Megsy and Harry together with Brooklyn and Nicola to kind of like come together and discuss what it's like being Nepo babies and having disjointed relationships with their parents, blah, 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 blah. So I just thought it would be interesting to look into that because it's apparently the meeting, the soiree, if you will, was about something else now. The reporting in a puff piece. The Beckhams were just there. And this, of course, this came out after Catherine, the beautiful Princess of Wales, was wearing a Victoria Beckham suit. So we're going to look into that with the cards, but we're going to first start off with the popularity in the UK to see if they're even bothered. I mean, yeah. So Megsy is a couple of points more popular than Prince Andrew. But the popularity has went down since Harry did that BBC interview thing when he was mewling on about the court case, just basically losing it. So let's have a look straight away with Meghan's energy on this. Now, I used the Barbara Walker Tarot. There's 2 decks in here. There's 2 decks in Harry's cards, so I can use multiple readings as we go on. So it looks like 1 deck, but it's actually 2. So sometimes we get repeaters. That's okay. That just validates things. So let's have a look and see where Harry is in, or where Megsy is with the popularity stuff. Is she even bothered? The Lovers in reverse. So there's a split there. She cannot tolerate not being popular. I don't think it's necessarily about Britain, though. She cannot tolerate not being popular, if you will. That is unhealed for her. Interesting, the Lovers in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse crossing over. Of course, she is blaming the monarchy. Of course, she's blaming the monarchy. The monarchy are doing this to her. Now, this is interesting because I thought she would not be bothered. And she's blaming Catherine, Princess of Wales. Catherine, Princess of Wales is a Capricorn, so she would come out in my spread as, of course, the Queen of Pentacles. So Megsy is blaming Catherine's popularity. Underneath, we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Something's not working. Now, I would have thought she wouldn't have given a jot about whether she was popular in the UK or not. But there was a strategy here. Something's not working. Something hasn't landed right within the UK. Maybe those influencers she's getting to say things like Dr. Scholler and those kind of people aren't putting in as much as she would have hoped or having the impact she would have hoped. The Sun in reverse. She wanted to show with that statement with Archie on the balcony, or recollections may vary, if it was actually Archie or even if the pictures are real. We don't know. Nobody knows. It's dodgy AF. It's weird photo. But she wanted to show that she'd moved away from it all. It was like, screw you. Here's a kid on a balcony looking out into the sunset. This was her trying to stick her middle claw up at the monarchy. But it still hurts her because she's a wounded narcissist. It's a wound in her narcissism. Any kind of unpopularity bothers her a lot. The Prince of Cups is in reverse. Oh, she's going to answer all of the people who don't like her through the medium of beige and word salad on her Instagram, basically. The Prince of Cups in reverse, she's going to be quite the usual social climber, Instagrammer who doesn't think she's an Instagrammer. She's going to do like all of those things. This is how she's going to answer back to everyone. We have got the Star in reverse. Oh, she's cold. And we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. One of the things, and I think this is quite interesting actually, one of the things she doesn't like is that the UK owe her anything with the Six of Pentacles. She doesn't like this idea that the UK owe her place on the world stage. Owe her place on the world stage. She doesn't like that. We have the Star in reverse here. So there might be an Aquarian around her that is giving her some jip. Naturally, she's a Leo, so her opposite in the zone could be an Aquarian. But the Star in reverse is also, it's weird. It's like this. She's weird. I'm weird, but I'm like a good weird. But she's weird. She's like, she thinks she's not weird, but she is. She's very maladaptive how she views things and how she sees things. So even though she wants to dunk on the British press, dunk on the British people, dunk on the British institutions, it still bothers her. And she's going to bang on about having to heal from her 72 days in the royal family. Okay, we've got the moon there. We're going to get a lot more of her trying to push back by doing like charity work and stuff. Well, what she purports to be charity work. She wants to be aligned with charities. So we're going to see a lot more of her to try and win over as many people as possible. I thought when I sat down to read this for you guys, I thought, you know what? She's going to be like, screw Britain. I hate. She wants to give the impression she doesn't give AF, but she does. She doesn't. It's not the island, or as the SS like to call it, that salty little island. It's the fact, the popularity. The moon there is deception as well. There is something deceptive coming up about how she was going to clap back to this, because they will clap back. They will clap back to it, and there's going to be some lies around it. Now, this could be a Pisces. Interesting that Brooklyn Beckham's a Pisces and Uncle Andrew's a Pisces as well. So maybe she's hoping that something more is going to come out about Uncle Andrew. That's what she's hoping for. That's what she's pushing for. Let's have a look, see how Harry feels about all of this. King of Coins in reverse. He's feeling really, really sorry for himself. Really, really sorry for himself. Put it that way. He really feels sorry for himself. The Emperor crossing over. Megsy's blaming the monarchy. He's blaming his father. His father could have stopped this. His father, if it wasn't for that court case, if it wasn't for that damn court case, I would have been it. I would have, people would have seen people, but they took that security from me, and this is why, and I was driven to it by everyone. He's gonna try and love bomb the UK in a way and remind people of his childhood with the Six of Cups there. He's going to go on about it. It's the place, his country of origin, the place he grew up. Underneath, though, he is really stressed by it, actually. Very stressed by it. Interesting. The Four of Wands is in reverse here. Foundations be rocky. Things are not going to plan there. The Four of Wands in reverse. lots of passions, lots of ideas are not taking shape, are not pushing things forward. Their marriage is a very unhappy one. Very unhappy. The Six of Wands is in reverse. There's a lot of military stuff coming up this year with VA Day and VJ Day, or is it Victory in the Pacific Day or Victory in Japan Day? I don't know, but there's that coming up. There was VE Day, and then there's another another commemoration coming up. So there's lots of stuff going on with regards to honouring military. The Six of Wands in reverse. He's going to get more embarrassed. There's something coming up here, guys, with regarding his military service. He's one of the things he's very salty about is his patronages being taken off him, his military patronages. So maybe he's going to come on like, they took my security, they took my patronages, they da. So he's really feeling very sorry for himself about all of this. The Five of Cups is in reverse. He is really feeling sorry for himself, but he's not seeing that energy he's projecting, he created himself. He's crying over the milk he spilt, and he's completely still spilling it. He's not quite right. The Magician in reverse, everything they do, everything they try and do, he tries to do to try and alter things doesn't come off. He's got everything on the table. He's got the cash. He's got some contacts. Well, cash. He's got more money than us mere mortals, but he's got contacts. He's got the status. He should get some good advice and go home running, but he doesn't, because he can't tolerate anybody else telling him a few home truths. The Magician in reverse there is, yeah. What are you nervous about that for? Four of Pentacles. Okay. He is worried about the press. We've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. He's worried about quick moving messages. Now, this could be him trying to aggravate the press to get them to write a story about something, or more likely, he's worried about things coming out in the press about him that could damage him. That Magician in reverse, you know, he is into his woo-woo, and so is Megsy. Megsy is into the woo-woo, but Megsy's more of a kind of cosmically ordering vision board type of woo-woo. Harry's into some other type of woo-woo. I think he's trying to converse with the spirits by taking hallucinogenics. In my humble opinion, allegedly, whatever. The Four of Coins in reverse, there is a loss of control there, a complete loss of control. Losing control of the narrative. Let us move on to this whole Nicola and Brooklyn thing, eh? Now, like I say, Brooklyn is a Pisces, so he would come out as I would say he's younger, so he'd be the Knight of Cups, or he would well be the Moon card. Nicola is a Capricorn, and so she would come out as a Queen of Pentacles. Oh, the devil. Okay, let's go. How's Megsy getting on with all of this? What really happened? They just did this, right? The reason they did this, they put this puff piece out. One, in my mind, logically speaking, before we read the cards, it's to get back at Catherine for daring to wear uncreased Victoria Beckham trouser suit. And two, because Catherine's name and the royal family's name are trending with the word Beckham. What she's doing is associating her name with the word Beckham by putting this out there. Bearing in mind, this soiree, this candlelight supper was meant to happen 2-3 weeks ago, and it's just been reported on now. Let's see what the cards say. The cards may correct me. Prince of Pentacles is in reverse. Harry is on a devaluation cycle. Somehow there's something in this where everything is his fault. The Ace of Swords is in reverse. Interesting that there's contracts coming up. Now, this was meant to be an LA Creatives, whatever an LA Creative is, kind of dinner to talk about things. Some Paramount guy was there or something like that. So there is contracts there. Whatever contract, right, is formed from that meeting or has links to that meeting is going to be almost like the kiss of death for them. That is interesting. The Ten of Pentacles is in reverse outside of the rich and wealthy families. Oh, it's not just us, it's them too. Yeah, she wanted the comparison. She wants to show that they are not the only dysfunctional pair of Nepo babies. There's actually another pair. But the difference is, right, and I mean this, those Nepo babies, Nicola, and doesn't excuse their behavior, but they're both in their 20s. Megsy and Harry were pushing 40 when they started their nonsense. Your frontal cortex of your brain doesn't develop till you're between 25 and 30, which is partly to do with making rational decisions. Now, I am not saying that lets Nicola and Brooklyn off the hook, but I'm saying the comparison between them is a bit different, you know? I mean, there are lots of similarities, don't get me wrong, but the way Megsy would like to position it is Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We've been thrown out of our rich, wealthy families and left to fend for ourselves. Well, for a kickoff, Nicola Peltz's family are billionaires. They're hardly... chucked out of it. And what's all this about? The King of Cups is in reverse underneath. Ooh. She gets at Catherine to annoy a King of Cups in reverse. The King of Cups, who she fixates on. The King of Cups, who didn't want to know her. The King of Cups, who pushed up his scarf in 2016 at her when she was waffling on outside Sandringham Church. That King of Cups, Prince William. Now, William is born on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer, but he just falls over on the Cancerian side. So for me, when I'm reading tarot, he's Cancerian. He would come out as water, which is King of Cups. It's William. Scorpio in reverse, the Death card in reverse, the burning of the bridges to light the way. Two things. This could be relating to His Majesty King Charles. He is a Scorpio. The other thing is she really wants to burn some bridges. They know they ain't coming back. Harry, no, there's no way. And she's blaming Harry for all of it now. They The Ace of Cups is in reverse. Talk about love bombing, maladaptive behavior. She's going to say, like, she loves everyone, but she doesn't. She really doesn't. I've got two. I'm going to take two. The Four of Swords is in reverse, and the Temperance card is in reverse as well. She can't get things together. Now, the Four of Swords in reverse is my Death card. So I'm like my actual Death card. So I'm wondering if there is something related to mortality in all of this entanglement that she wants to bring out, or if there's somebody around this whole incident that is going to pass soon. The Temperance card is in reverse there, and that Temperance card in reverse means that all of this noise, this soiree, this meeting and everything, it's not very creative. It's going to be like another, what was that thing that got cancelled? Pearl? Prince of Swords is in reverse surrounding. She's really peeved off about that security and everything, you know? The Eight of Wands is in reverse. They're worried about a story coming out about them, you know? Very worried. Very worried. There's the Devil. They're going to be doing some heavy gaslighting around all of this and around everything. I feel like their whole public image, they think, is made of granite, but actually it's made of sellotape. It's made of wet paper held together by sellotape, but they think they're rock solid. They're going to get more control in to the point where they lose control. Let's have a look at Harry and all of this. Seven of Cups in reverse. Gaslighting, gaslighting, gaslighting. He's aware of it. He's aware, but was he completely on board with his wife's machinations? The Chariot crossing over. Look, the Chariot relates to sun sign Cancer. Again, William's card. William's energy is on the table. That being said, if we look at the more traditional meaning of the card, he's worried about loss of control and he's worried about being able to maneuver himself. And also he doesn't want to move on. Like all of this Megsys stuff that happened in 2020, between 2016 when Megsy came onto the scene or whenever she latched on to now, like he won't let go. It eats him alive. The Ten of Cups is in reverse. See, with Megsy was the Ten of Pentacles, which is a rich, powerful, protected family, and that is in reverse. And it's showing that this powerful family can also have problems. But with Harry, he wants to show that it's not just them, that other people can have problems with their in-laws. That's why the puff piece came out. Underneath this all, we have got the Queen of Swords. So Harry has been on board. Their new strategist has told them to release this to get themselves trending. So yeah, I do think there was an element of a bit of a clap back and get their name up there as well. So okay, let's see what's leaving the situation. The Nine of Wands is in reverse. He's going to accuse people of stepping over his boundaries while he's stepping over other people's boundaries. I wonder if Nicola and Brooklyn didn't agree for their names to be linked. The Five of Wands in reverse. Expect some noise from the sugary side of things, the SS, the sewer squad. Expect some noise from them. Expect some aggravation statements from Harry. The Two of Cups is in reverse there. Can't get things together. He doesn't see himself clearly in the mirror. He is almost like he's got this kind of split ideal of who he is. The Two of Cups in reverse as well could relate to Megsy going, I'm gonna divorce you if you don't sort out my image because it's your fault, which is basically what's been going on. And yeah, since 2016. Anyway, the Tower is surrounding him. They're getting some bad news. They're getting some real bad news. And what's he hoping for is the Moon. And what's the outcome? Frustration. Anger, frustration. He's feeling stuck. He's feeling like he can't get anywhere with anything. He wants to start something creative. But whatever they were doing in that meeting is a cursed chalice. Trust me, it's a poison chalice. Because we had crossing over Megsy around this whole thing, around the Beckhams thing. We had the Ace of Swords in reverse. Now let me just have a look and just see what was that soiree like, and then I will leave you people to it. Oh, they were planning. Okay. There has been some planning. There has been some route mapping. There's some disagreements about how people are going to get where they need to go. And there's the microdoser one. Now, microdosing is taking like magic mushrooms and stuff to enhance the mood. Very much. This is the card that came out a while ago from Megsy with before this whole mushrooms thing came out. Anyway, the microdoser here, they were having a little something different at that party, if you will. Allegedly. The revolving door. How do we build a stable base of people without the people coming in and out all the time? Oh, the turnover. It's just hard to get the creative people who will put up and tolerate both of their absolute crap. The holier than thou thing. Okay. The magician in reverse. And the mom thing. They're going to be leaning. They want to lean into mom energy with this. Whatever they're up to from that party. The holier than thou one, you know, that makes complete sense. The magician in reverse, it looks like things were being ironed out and things weren't exactly completely sorted. There was definite talk and chatting, but one of the focus, the big focus, and it's come out more and more recently with my sassy cards, is the mom in reverse. They're going to be trying to take Diana's memory and completely make it their own, and they're going to fall out. It's going to cause a ruckus. Like, they're going to do it so brazenly, everyone is just going to be like, no. Whatever comes out of this is not going to be good. Brooklyn and Nicola were just used as a rebuttal. And to get Megsy's name trending next to the name Beckham. Because Catherine's name was there. And she's done it because she wants William's attention. And Harry's all bored. And that Queen of Swords in reverse, I think it's a bright idea from their new communications people. There we go. That is what I've got for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed that reading. Let me know what you think. I will be back for some more live streams very, very soon. And thank you for all of the love and the comments about Mr. Northup's versus Evil Knievel, who sped off the kind of like a hit and run thing, I guess you could call it. Thank you for all of your support. He's okay. He's bruised. He's a bit battered. A bit shocked, a bit shook up, to be honest, but he's all right. He's all right. He's okay. So thank you for all of your support, guys. Lots of love to everyone, and I'll speak to you really soon for some more readings. Take care, guys. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys. Bye.